Well, there it is in all its glory, the Turf 2 Carryall, a fine product of Clubcar and Ingersoll Rand. Look at that, isn't it nice? It's got a nice amount of greenery going here. The former greenskeeper, I'm sure, would be really envious of this. In the glove box. Yeah, we'll get into the underhood here in a minute. Hey, spare tire. Well, spare wheel anyway. Hey, they generously, oh, that's not good. That's the driven pulley, or it's the driver pulley of the torque converter. And unfortunately the belt, that's not gonna be good. Hey, but look, the bed's in nice shape. The aluminum rear body is green, but nearly perfect. It's really in pretty good shape. It has a nice protective layer of moss on it. So let's see what's under here. Yeah, from this side here. Nice, huh? That's where you keep your score. Oop, dropped something. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, look, looks like somebody has already adjusted the valves for us. Hey, good news. And there might be some pieces missing from the control box here. Oh, there's that valve cover. And the fuel tank. Oh, look. They ventilated it for us. Good thing. That's great. That'll make sure it's nice and clean inside. What do we got here? Looks like something got a little warm there. Well, anyhow, you can't have it all. You've seen the last go-kart, you'll know that, or the last golf cart that is, you'll know that none of that's staying anyway. It does look like the rear diff is in nice shape, and that is important. So, like I say, the body, look at that aluminum body, perfectly straight. Little bit of rust there on the substructure, but clean that right up. Even got a roof. It's a little bit angled. Uh-oh, don't look up there. Well, beautiful ride, guys. Stay posted. So what's the verdict? Well, it's dirty. It's really dirty. But it's not too bad. It's straight. Everything aluminum on it is straight. Nothing's bent, nothing's worn out to excess. The cart really didn't look like it got used very much. The gas pedal, the brake pedal, the rubber on the front was in really nice shape. And I can't imagine they replaced them. So, pretty low miles. Still have to decide on power. Lots of space there though. Not bad, huh? Well, we're gonna give a little hosing off. See if we can separate ourselves from some of this mud. And I'll catch back up with you here in a little bit. And there it is, done. 9 short months later, we are done. Took the seat off so you guys can see what we're doing here, but you guys see the first hint of it. There's the Predator 670. Everything's, now I'm still gonna use aluminum brightener on the aluminum and obviously power wash everything. See the optional Jimmy John sign. Funny story, I bought a Dodge Neon a few years ago. That's another story unto itself. And that came in the trunk, so. Been waiting for the right opportunity. I made that offset air filter. We're a little bit tight on clearance there. So there's this side of the jack shaft. Double chain drive on this side. The torque converter's on the other side. You may be able to see it through there. Put the lift cylinder, well, put one in it. I'm not sure if there ever was one. You can see I've replaced all the hardware. It's all grade 8, good stuff now. Redid all the electrical. I still have to zip tie these looms, but made everything from scratch. Group 31 battery. It's kind of the standard battery everything gets around here. Automotive ignition switch. Not just a chintzy key. Added a fuel gauge this time. The switch on the left is the Jimmy John's light. Then going to the right, that's the bed lift, and then choke, and then that's the battery maintainer there. We started putting these permanently mounted ones on all the small engines, and then we can just, well, you get the idea, plug them into the wall. Battery tenders. Put a 3-inch, well, made my own 3-inch lift kit for it. Not too bad in the rear. We had to modify the bottom of the shock mounts. I flipped those over, and then I had to change the front end of them to mount the sway bar. We made our own sway bar. I made my own sway bar links. They're all Royal We there. Here. Factory sway bar, but then from the halfway up, it's all mine. eBay windshield kit. Worked out pretty nice, I have to say. Harbor Freight 2,500 pound winch. Probably suck for your Jeep, but not bad for a 600 pound golf cart. There you can see the meat and potatoes of the lift kit. Solid aluminum bar. A couple extra leaves there in the spring too we had laying around. There's the meat and potatoes, what you have to do to the steering, obviously, to clear the frame back there. To be honest, if I had that to do over again, I would have just made my own control arms. Adapting the factory stuff was not a good decision, but it's done. You can see I lengthened the control arms. Maybe you can see that. More new hardware. One of those lights is a spot and one of them's a flood, so kind of a high beam, low beam setup, and that's the way I have them switched on the dash. I made that bumper crash bar and the mount for the winch. Take you down this side, show you the other side of the motor. Here's the front side, front half of the torque converter. And there's the rest of it. Comet, love their stuff. So easy to use, available in like a zillion sizes. Lots of belt lengths. Made the exhaust. I think I talked about that on an earlier shot, but that's a dump valve. So as you're looking at it, right side after the valve goes straight out, or it makes it go through the back to the left through the muffler and out. Either or. So anyhow, guys, you know what I know now at this point. There's that light switch I was talking about. I'm gonna hit it with the aluminum brightener. power wash it, test run it, but we'll take it out for a little test ride with you guys. Lap around the block, you know, do some donuts in front of the goat, impress everybody. So stand by for that, but I hope you enjoyed watching this project. Stay tuned for more.